Hey peeps, so I have a journal to share with you today. Um, it's a big one. It's a big one. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to share it today because it's a dreary, rainy day in the NYC, but I think I have enough light for you guys can check it out. Excuse my fingers. I'm in the middle of coffee dyeing, so if they're a little brown, I don't wear gloves, so that's why. So this is a nature themed journal. I use a book from the Dollar Tree, and I used Tim Holtz paper, that Recollections paper, I think it's called Field Study, and that Woodworks hot buy paper. So yeah, it's a lot of paper going on. But what I did was I just put a Tim Holtz book plate, and behind it is some wood grain paper from one of the collections. I can't remember which one. And then I put a Tim Holtz sticker that says Discover, and then I used some triple thick on the inside. So I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but yeah. And on the spine, I just have some brown rosette trim, and then I have a, what do you call it? An extra wide eyelet, and one of those Tim Holtz things that I can never remember the name of, but you know, the little things that have the little jump ring. And then I just have these two charms, a flower and a butterfly. I really need to order some new charms because I am running low. And then I have the extra wide eyelets on the covers with some sari silk that I dyed with some Heidi Swap spray. It's called tea something, I think. But anyway, that is it. So it's a chunky one. Yeah, I wanted the cover to be nice and clean, which was a struggle, but I think I managed to do it. So standing up so I can film this and stay in frame. And as usual, forgive any background noises. Hasn't been too loud today, thank goodness. Just the birds. So the inside cover, I obviously covered with the paper, and I made a big library pocket, and this is from the Field Study collection. Here I just layered some scraps of the wood grain paper from there, and then there is a Tim Holtz little die cut, so I figure you can add somebody's name or your name or whoever wants this, whoever gets this rather. And then this is just a Tim Holtz die cut with some leftover scraps, and I just put it over there to keep everything together. This is from the Field Study collection. I just cut it out, and then I just cut some coffee dyed paper to size so it can be like a little notebook for some extra journaling. And that just paper clips on there like that and tucks in the pocket. And then I left a few of the pages that was originally in the book, and the first few pages I glued together, and then I made a pocket. I covered it with some cardstock, and then I used my stencil and some distress ink by Tim Holtz, Walnut Stain and Vintage Photo. So this is a nice large pocket, and I just stuck in a couple of things that did not make the cut in the book. This is just some butterfly. I don't even know what it is, but it's butterfly something. And then I got this printable here. I can't remember where I got them from, but I thought they would look nice here. I also pulled papers from my Rose book and from my Daphne Diary magazine. Daphne Diary? Yeah, Daphne's Diary. So for the spine, I used some duct tape, and then I covered it with some coffee dyed muslin. that I just tore and left it here because I wanted that grungy look. And as you can see, I tore some muslin and made some tabs. And because I didn't have a lot of charms, I hand sewed some buttons on the tabs. So these I sewed in between the muslin, and then the second signature I sewed through the tabs. That makes sense? I don't know if that made sense, but I hope you guys could see okay. So you open it up, and here is that beautiful page from the field study paper. I did a little bit of stamping. I feel like there's not enough light, you guys. Is there? I don't know. And then this is from the collection right here. Some Tim Holtz paper. I'm going to try to go a little fast because it's a lot to see. Some Tsunami Rose paper. I tried to keep the colors that dark color because of the paper collection. This is from Daphne's Diary, I believe, and I backed it with some cardstock, which you will see a lot of. This is from the collection. It says, looking at the beauty in the world is the first step of purifying the mind. It's from Edith Holden, Tsunami Rose. And I forgot to turn my phone off. And so, guys, I attempted to do some sewing. Not perfect, as usual. It's wonky. So there's some images here that I sewed on some coffee dyed Project Life cards so you can journal. So I'm not going to take them all off. I added a tab here because when I was sewing, the thread came out. So I want to kind of cover that up. But I love that. So some more Tsunami Rose, some coffee dyed paper. This, I believe, is from my Rose book. And I made a pocket. This is actually from a different collection, but it was a botanical collection. I added a Tim Holtz die cut here. And then I have this journal card from the collection as well that I stuck in here. I'm not going to read them all because we'll be here forever. Another Tim Holtz die cut. And this is a Tsunami Rose hummingbird mason jar. It's another card from the collection. Some Tsunami Rose. Some vellum. And so this, okay, so there's a lot going on this pocket. This is a belly band. I made this belly band using some stretchy lace that I sewed onto some craft cardstock, and I glued it on the page because, you know, I'm not comfortable sewing directly on the paper. So this, I made this. This is an envelope. I'm going to show you what the original looks like. I had a bunch of these Costco envelopes because I used to get my photos printed from there before I got a Canon selfie. So I had saved a lot of these because I used to do mail art. I was in a whole swap and everything. And when I was in my closet, I'm going, you know, cleaning through a lot of stuff, and I found a little stack of these that I had saved, and I thought, oh, I should do something with them and use them in my larger journals. So that's what I did. I decoupaged a napkin and added some lace, which is kind of crooked, but you know, I don't do anything straight. Here's another lace here, some more lace, some more napkin, and there's, oh, book pages behind it. I forgot that I did that. And same thing here, some more trim. And what I love about this is because it has a really deep pocket, so you could put a lot of goodies in there, and then it has this little pocket here that flips up. And so I decoupaged another napkin here, and then I added a little journal spot here and a little Tim Holtz die cut, and I put this little tag in there. But this is where I'm going to put, you know, usually I send a goodie bag with my journals, so I'm going to put all the goodies in this, and I have some of them in here already, some die cuts and stuff, and I still have more to add in there, and some Tim Holtz, you know, the Tim Holtz things that fit in. They fit perfectly in that little pocket, and I just thought it was so cute. I'll show you a couple of other ones that I did at the end, but yeah, this is what the back looks like. So I was really happy the way it came out, and it's shimmery. I did a little spraying on there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's a little shimmery. So you can obviously take this out, you know, because it does make the book bulkier, but I just love the way it looks in there. Okay, so let's finish up. I did a little stamping, a little owl stamp, some Edith Holden paper. I made a little tuck spot here with these little flowers. I used my punch and punched some leftover vellum, and another Tsunami Rose mason jar. I made a belly band with one of the cards, and then I used some triple thick on this butterfly that I fussy cut, and I just glued it in the middle. So if you wanted to play with it like me, because I'm a nerd, you can do that. And then here's more of my messy stitching with my tags that you can journal on. I meant to keep the strings longer so I could put butterflies on it, but I forgot. So Edith Holden. So this is a large book. It's like, I don't know the exact measurements, but it's like 7 something by 10. So it's a pretty big book, and it's like 100 pages in this book. So it's like 200 front and back. And I glued on this Tim Holtz die cut. It's not a tuck spot. This is from Daphne Diary. I cut it out and I glued it on some cardstock, and I glued it on the back of the page from my garden book, and I left it open so you can put a little something in there. Isn't that so pretty from my garden book? There's a big die cut from Tim Holtz in a little tuck spot. Nature is not a place to visit, it is home. I had so much fun making this. I don't know why I love nature themes, because I'm a city girl and I really freak out with nature. I don't like bugs, and I like birds, but not if they fly over my head. I don't like birds. So here this is the back of, I think this is Daphne Diary, and I backed the cardstock, and I use my punch that I rarely use because it's so difficult to punch. And behind it is a little piece of scrap of vellum. Some more coffee dye paper. Tsunami Rose. Another one of my little wonky tags. And now we move on to the second signature. I also put some triple thick on this compass and made a little tuck spot. This is from the collection, a little card from the collection. There was a lot of cards in there. This is Daphne Diary, how to make 10 flower pots. And then I backed it with some cardstock, and I framed it with this decorative tape that I got from Dollar Tree. I love this tape. And then this was from my scraps. I fussy cut the butterfly and used some triple thick and made it a tuck spot. Some coffee dye paper. I did stamp 3 flowers. This one didn't come out so hot in the middle. It was kind of an afterthought. I stamped it on here, and it was kind of bulky, so it didn't stamp properly. Some Tsunami Rose coffee dye paper. This is from my rose book. So pretty. Oops, skip the page. And it has a pretty rose on the other side, which is why I didn't cover that one. Some Tsunami Rose coffee dye paper. Tried to pull all my coffee dye paper that had like a nature themed stencil. So this one has like a butterfly. Edith Holden. Stamped a little hummingbird up there, Tsunami Rose. Some more vellum. Oops, I'm skipping a page here. This is Daphne Diary, and I left the back of the Daphne Diary because I love the flowers up here. And then I glued on this paper that I printed from, I believe it was Pixby, so this is part of it here. So you could journal right here, and you'll see the other half in the middle in a minute. Tsunami Rose Mason jar. I made a tuck spot, and this I actually sewed a while back, and I was gonna put it on a journal cover, but it didn't make it, so I made a pocket out of it instead. There's cardstock underneath, and I just glued this little Tim Holtz die cut bird on there, and then there is a Tsunami Rose Mason jar for you to journal on. And I left this alone because I like it, but if you hate it, you can obviously cut that. So here's the other side of that that little image. I love this. You could journal around this if you want. It's the other side of the Daphne Diary. Some vellum. It's my butterfly stencil. Tsunami Rose, a little no, I was gonna say a butterfly. Ladybug. Some Edith Holden. Coffee dyed paper. Tsunami Rose. And I made a little envelope out of some book page that I decoupage with a napkin, and I just have another one of Tsunami Rose mason jars in there. And here's the other side of that rose book with that pretty rose. And the name of the rose book is here. It's The Glory of Roses, in case you're interested. I love this. This man is just like chilling, reading his newspaper underneath the beautiful roses. You can see that? Love it. Some more coffee dyed paper. My back and frame here. Tsunami Rose, another Tim Holtz die cut. Coffee dyed paper. Little tuck spot with another die cut. Another die cut from the collection. And then I made a couple of mason jars with the leftover vellum. I thought that looked so cute. It looks like there's bugs in the mason jar. And then I just colored the lid part, and then you could journal on the back of it. So I made another one too, and I think I put it in the envelope, I think, for the goodies. And then I did the same thing here. Use my punch. Here's the other side of the tin can page. Another one of my crazy tags. And then here's the back. In the back I left the pages, well, I added cardstock on this one, but I left these pages and I just did a little stamping so you have places to journal. Oh, I forgot to stamp that one. I have to remember to stamp that one. And then left these two blank for whatever you want to use them for. So that is it. I hope you guys like this big chunky journal. I love it so much. If I loved the outdoors, I'd keep it for myself, but I don't. So I'll just quickly show you the other ones that I did. Only this one is finished. Added some trim and some lace on this one, and I put the journal spot up here with some cheesecloth behind it and some more lace, and it flips up. And then added some leftover lace on the back. And then these two I haven't finished. I just put the well, I didn't even put all the napkin on this one, but this one I started decorating a little bit. So yeah, those were fun. Those were fun to do. So that's it, you guys. This will be listed in my Etsy by the end of the day today. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Till next time, bye.